The New York Knicks dominate the Boston Celtics. They made the big bad Celtics with Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Al Horford. They tapped out. They made them tap out in 3 quarters. It was a 30-point game going into the 4th quarter. They made them quit. They made them wave the white flag. And I think that epitomizes everything you need to know about the 2023-2024 Celtics. They are soft, and if you hit them in the mouth, they will roll over, and they did just that tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, your New York Knicks are the best team in the Eastern Conference, and I'm not sure it's relatively close. We'll break down the win today on today's video, but spam the chat for me if you're proud of the way that your New York Knicks walked into TD Garden and absolutely mollywopped the fake-ass Celtics. Give me an LGK in the chat. I better see 10,000 LGKs in the chat because your New York Knicks are a bad basketball team. And I mean bad in a good way. Just bad news for the rest of the 15 teams in this conference. Jalen Brunson. Derek White, no problem. Jalen Brown, no problem. Jason Tatum, no problem. Drew Holiday, no problem. All I've heard from Celtics fans all year long is, we got bodies to throw at him. In fact, they threw all 5 of those bodies at him and then double-teamed him, and they still couldn't stop him. 39 points and 3 quarters for Jalen Brunson. 39 points in 3 quarters for Jalen Brunson. All I heard was, we're the best defense. We've got multiple wing defenders, and he cooked you. And he cooked you. 3 quarters work. Light work. That's what the Boston Celtics were today. 6 of 11 for 3. That is going to be the difference maker for Jalen Brunson in the playoffs. We saw him catch fire from 3 today. He caught fire on Tuesday. If he can continue to shoot like this, prayers up for the East. Josh Hart. Give me some threes in the chat. Josh Hart came out hungry. He came out and set the tone, and he played his ass off. I am almost surprised by when the game ends and I look at Josh Hart's stats. He had 16 boards in 3 quarters. 16 boards in 3 quarters. 16 points, 16 boards, 5 assists. Outplayed Tatum, outplayed Brown, outplayed Derek White. Incredible. This is the first time this year that the New York Knicks have played the Boston Celtics with OG Anunoby. And they beat them by 30 in the first 3 quarters. I can tell you this much. Jason Tatum doesn't want to face OG Anunoby for 2 weeks. Jalen Brown doesn't want to face OG Anunoby for 2 weeks. Incredible is exactly what OG Anunoby has done. But once again, we know he's going to bring it on defense. The ability for him to knock down that outside shot will be the ultimate difference maker for the New York Knicks. Because if you could put Brunson out there and you got 40% from 3 Anunoby, 40% from 3 DiVincenzo, Josh Hart running like a maniac on these backdoor cuts, and Hartenstein creating offense like Joakim Noah used to, this team will be very, very, very successful in April, in May, and dare I say June. My question to all of you is this. The Knicks are the blank best team in the East. I've been respectful to what Boston has done this year, and I said second. But I'm not. I'm just going to be honest. The Knicks are the best team in the Eastern Conference. And I think if you put the Boston Celtics on a lie detector test, they would say the exact same thing. The best. Number 1. Uno. top of the top. Top 2, but not 2. We got more stats to get to, but first, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Prize Picks. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS, and they will match your first deposit up to $100. Win big money, withdraw your winnings while you pick more and you pick less with Prize Picks. I'm almost as hot as the Knicks. I've hit on my last 2 Prize Picks. Correct on Isaiah Hartenstein, more points, rebounds, and assists, and less on Jason Tatum, points, rebounds, and assists. That's back to back for me, and I want you guys to get in on the action. PrizePicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. All that information will be clickable down in the comments and description. Get started now. Just create an account. Use the promo code CLNS. They'll match $5 if you put $5. The number 1 daily fantasy app in the game. Check them out, please, please, please. We want to keep them as a sponsor. We just need your help. The big Ragu. I didn't love that he had to play the fourth quarter, but once again, another successful night for the Villanova crew. 17 points, 4 more rebounds, 4 more assists. I thought he created havoc off ball defensively. He was really, really good. And like we talked about with OG, and like we talked about with Brunson, if Donte DiVincenzo is going to hit shots in the playoffs from downtown, the New York Knicks are going to be extremely tough to beat in the Eastern Conference. Isaiah Hartenstein, you are an animal. In a series against Boston, you're the best big man in that series. I don't consider Porzingis a big man. He's a 7-foot wing. He's a shooting guard. 13 boards in everywhere. 6 assists. 11 points. That dotted line floater is almost automatic. Isaiah Hartenstein, you are great. One of the most underrated storylines of this game was Bojan Bogdanovic catching fire in that late first quarter and that second quarter after he did not play in the second half on Tuesday. We thought that maybe Tom Thibodeau was starting to shrink that rotation to get some playoff reps, and Bogey saw himself on the outside looking in. But if you're going to score 14 points and shoot 60% from the field and offer some big-time shot creation and big-time shot-making ability, it's going to be tough to keep him off the floor. I know the defense is suspect, and I know that he could be a traffic cone. But in the playoffs, especially without Randall, you're going to at times need someone to look to get a tough bucket. And Bogey, he could do that. Robinson, in a series against Boston, should dominate. We saw some offensive rebounding. We saw him being a factor in the passing lanes. Old man Al Horford cannot keep Mitchell Robinson off the glass. He will feast in that series if the Celtics are lucky enough to meet us in the Eastern Conference Finals. And it's just day by day, game by game, the guy's going to get healthier and healthier. He just started playing basketball since the beginning of December. Let him continue to cook up. Achua did not play at all on Tuesday. Did play a little bit in the first half. I don't know if that was because the Knicks were up big or what it was. But overall, the Knicks need him to be better. 1 of 6. I just thought I'd take some dumb shots. I don't need to see Achua threes anymore. I appreciate him for what he did while the Knicks were struggling and hurt. But I don't know how he plays in the playoffs unless you're playing against a much larger team. Celtics only played for 3 quarters, but during those 3 quarters, they got absolutely dominated. Jason Tatum. I just don't believe in the guy. I'm sorry. I think he's a great player. I think he's a really good player. I think he'd be a great number 2. Celtics don't have any dog. Celtics don't have any killer. They traded that to Memphis for Latvia. Remember when NBA GMs voted that they would take Brad Stevens over Giannis? Has he won a title yet? Okay. They are the most overrated team in NBA history every single year. Porzingis, you looked good, man. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 41% from the field as a big. Way to go, brother. Way to go. This is a game that can mentally F a team. And Knicks are good. Knicks are really good. It's scary. It's scary because I will be shocked if the Knicks don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals and win it. I really, really will. I love the Knicks. I love you guys. Enjoy it. 2 games left in the regular season. We're only guaranteed 6 more games. Enjoy it. This team is special. Hit that thumbs up icon, and let's go Knicks.